Should you be afraid of AI as an artist? It's just a spider. The rise of AI-generated images has sparked a heated and complex conversation amongst artists of all types of media, and rightly so. But we are not here today to debate AI or AI-generated images. We are here for one thing, actually two things. We are here to make an illustration together and then ask AI to generate that same sort of image, and then we're just gonna roast them. So first, let's go over to my desk and I'll take us step by step through making just kind of a silly and cute illustration. So let's go ahead and get started. We're gonna make an illustration for today's drawing prompt, part of my Silly Goose April drawing prompts, and today's prompt is Goose in Space. So I'm gonna go ahead and sketch out my idea for that, and I will be using my crayon liner from my Kawaii Essentials brush set and drawing kit. You guys are probably used to me using this one every single time now. I should probably use something else, but sorry, not today. I'm gonna use the crayon liner and I'm just gonna sketch out with some purple. I've got a blank canvas here that is 1080 pixels by 1350 pixels. It's just the standard grid size for Instagram now. So let's go ahead and sketch this out together. So here's my sketched out idea. Again, it's just a goose in space. He looks a little lonely, and hopefully he's not strayed too far away from the planet that he came from, but you know, he's an explorer. He knows what he's doing, but you know, he's kind of silly, so maybe he's got in a little over his head. I'm going to reduce the opacity of my sketch, and I'll add a new layer, and I'm gonna make sure this goes below my sketch. I'm gonna switch to my color palette that I use. This is my personal color palette that I use for my Instagram. So I'm sorry, I'm not gonna share this one, but if you wanna use my tools, I've linked the Kawaii Essentials brush set and drawing kit, and that does come with a color palette. And I've got tons of color palettes on my Patreon, so you can check those out too. So I'm gonna choose a background color later, but I'll just go ahead and do the lining and color fill for the main part of my illustration. So these are going to be the only sections of my illustration that I'm going to color fill. This kind of nebulous area over here is going to be part of the background, and then I've got my stars that I'm going to add later. So we're going to focus on just this section here, and I'm going to add a new layer to start a color fill for that. And I'm going to turn on a reference so I can just do a really quick color fill for this and then add a little bit of shadow, but this is going to speed this way up. So on the layer below, I will start adding in the colors that I want to use, and I'm just going to add a new layer for every section of color that I want to do. I want one color per layer, so you'll be seeing me add some layers for that. So now I'm going to add a little bit of shadow to different areas, and we're going to pretend like the sun is over here. So all of our shadow will be on the left side of our objects, and then I'll add a little bit of highlight to the right side of our objects. So what I like to do is I like to add a layer above what I would like to add shadow to, and then I turn on a clipping mask, and then I change the blending mode to multiply. I will just choose the same color that I chose for that object. Sometimes I just do my color picker with my finger so that I don't have to remember exactly which shade that I used, and then I will just add shadow like this, clean it up like that, because I put those two colors together like I said I wasn't going to, but I did, sorry. And then just a little bit of shadow like that. So to create my highlight layer, I just go back to that original layer and add a new layer above it. And because it's below my first clipping mask layer, the clipping mask is going to apply to this new layer too, and it's one tiny step that I don't have to do, even though it took me longer because I just explained it to you. But that's okay, that's why I'm here. So now I'll change the blending mode to screen, and then I just have, and for this one I'm just going to stick to the yellow that I was using and then just add a nice highlight to that. And now I'll do the same thing for each of my color-filled objects. Okay, so now that we've color filled most of our objects, I can now focus on my background color. I just wanted to see what the color palette was looking like with the background color. So I'm just going to try and find something that I like. I might want to try something a little more blue. I really kind of like how that's looking. So this color is not part of the color palette that I typically use, but it matches the subject matter, which is of course what I would like to go for. And now let's add sort of this nebulous area. I'm just going to pick up that color that I chose for the background, and I've placed a layer at the very bottom, and I'm going to set this to screen for now. I'm going to group these together, and I'm going to duplicate it, and I'm just going to share it across my screen again. I did that with the sketch. I'm just going to do it again with the image that I made out of that because I can and I want to. So now let's go ahead and just make some stars on this one. So I'm going to add a new layer to the very top, and I am just going to place some little dots of white just to represent all the stars in the galaxy. So I feel like I'm at a good spot on this one, and I'm going to be posting this one to my Instagram, but we are here to see how this shapes up next to an AI generated image. So let's go ahead and head over to Chat GPT and see what Chat GPT makes for me. Here we are. Here's Chat GPT. This is just the landing page. I'm sure you're familiar with it, of course, if you use it. So now I'm just going to ask it to generate an image for me. Okay, so I'm asking it, can you please generate an illustration of a goose in space? Hold on, pause for a minute. Now I know what you're thinking. You're thinking,
why is she so nice and polite to her Chat GPT?
I really don't know. Yes, I am probably overly polite to my Chat GPT. That's just how I operate. So now I'll just hit this arrow and see what comes out. Okay, our image has now been created, and here is the illustration that ChatGPT created for me, and let's compare that to what I drew. I am so surprised at how similar the color palette is. It's kind of freaking me out a little bit, like how did, and the number of planets too, there's 3. And the way it's lined up is so similar, maybe just because I work in that rule of thirds and putting things on intersecting lines. That's so weird. And this one has the shines, which I didn't add the shines, and our shadows are on opposite sides, which, you know, cool, whatever. I mean, of course, what I illustrated is definitely my style, and this is just kind of, it is very generic. Mine has very little expression, but there's so much expression in this non-expression, I feel. He looks a little uncertain and a little afraid, and this is, there's nothing like that here. So there's definitely a human touch to what I illustrated because I was kind of trying to evoke a little bit of emotion in my guy, but not too much because he's a silly goose and he doesn't always think things through. So that's kind of what I wanted to evoke with my character here. And there's just none of that in the Chat GPT illustration. Of course, the detail work and the precision of the art on Chat GPT is gonna be superior to mine because a computer generated it and I am a human that had too much caffeine today. So there is a little bit of shakiness and clumsiness to my illustration. So if you're already in the comments, let me know what you think. If you want to roast these two, be my guest. This was kind of an interesting exercise. I'm still kind of blown away by how similar the color palette is. So at the beginning of the video, I asked, should artists be afraid of AI? Personally, I am not afraid of AI taking over my job because, I mean, I can't even really define my job as an artist. My job is selling things on Etsy and making these videos, and I don't think AI can do that. I'll always have something new to express, so, you know, I'll always at least be one step ahead, I suppose.
Like a carpenter that makes stairs.
Is that making sense? I don't know. Do I want to use it to make images? No. I want to make my own images. And also the environmental impacts of using AI to generate images is not unknown to me, so it's not something that I really want to participate in. So I'm going to keep drawing. I suggest you do too. Thank you for joining me on this journey today. Let's go ahead and make another art project together. Here's another real person, non-AI art project that we can do together. So go ahead and click on this video and I'll see you there.